Welcome to spring in Wisconsin. A week ago it was 80 degrees, severe weather. We had 5 or 6 tornadoes within probably about a 100-mile radius. And here we are today. We got a frost warning advisory something tonight. Gonna get down in the low 30s, so everything is covered. All the tomatoes are moved out. Nothing in the basement, nothing in the living room. Everything is looking fantastic. I got the tables moved so that they're in line with what's going to be the path into the garden. That'll let me plant this area. Obviously the greenhouse is still in the way right now, but I can plant it, get everything changed, and then I think this is kind of interesting. So I had broccoli that I planted way back in March. These guys. And I had broccoli that I planted more recently. Obviously a bigger cell. This is a 128 cell. This is a 32 cell flat. And they were planted similar times, probably about 3 weeks difference. These are actually younger plants. These are plants that got stressed and were in the bigger tray. More cells per tray. Kind of interesting. I haven't looked at this long term to see if it makes a difference, but obviously this is a little bit more impressive of a plant than this little guy right here. The rest of the landscape fabric on the south side of the garden is in, pinned down, ready for plants. All right, so I got both of the beds on either side of the onions burned. I honestly don't know how much it helps, especially with the spacing like this. The weeds are going to find their way through. For stuff like the cabbage, I found that it does help a fair amount, just because I don't have that grass pressure. And I am going to plant some this year without the weed block, just to compare. I think this is a good sign here. This last year was terrible with grass, basically as soon as I planted. And this has been in the ground a week and a half, I guess, going on 2 weeks. And everything looks good. I have little bits coming up here and there, but that's to be expected. But none of the big clumps of grass and stuff that become such a headache later on. So hopefully that new earthquake tiller I got last fall is paying off. If you don't own a power planter, you need to. This thing is awesome. Stayed up after dark last night, got everything in the ground that I wanted to. All the cabbage is in, all the onions are in, and the majority of the leeks. So, gonna be 87 today. I did not want them to be sitting in the trays all day, shade or no shade. They were gonna get too warm. So I think this will be a lot better. We're supposed to have cooler weather and rain the next couple of days, so this stuff should be great. So anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.